Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi, and it's such a joy to come your way this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. I trust you had a beautiful weekend, a restful one, and you are set to go for a glorious week ahead. Today, we are continuing on our series on handling personal finance in the time or in the season of inflation. The interesting thing is that inflation is not localized, it's actually global. Everyone is feeling it every part of the world. But the truth is this, while some are struggling, while some are striving, some are thriving, and it's based on principles. And last week we started it with my big brother in the house, Sunkanmi Obisesan, and he had laid a beautiful foundation. In case you missed it, just hop up to the YouTube channel, Knocks to Nuggets or K2NTV, and you would find the details there. By the way, I must not forget to say a big thank you to every single person that's joining me live. I do not take it for granted at all. Thank you so much for a share of your time. And like I'll always ask, please like the video, share it, let someone out there know that there's something called Knocks to Nuggets. And for those that will watch thereafter, thank you so much. I do not ignore it at all. Thank you so much for a share of your time. So that's the channel on the screen. Knocks to Nuggets is there on YouTube. And all the editions we have had so far are all there. It will surely bless you to add value to you. And today we are continuing, and I have my brother again in the house. So receive with me back to the Knox to Nuggets platform, Charles Olasunkanmi Obisesan.
Thank
Hey,
you.
you're welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the nuggets of last week. I mean, it's so
Thank
much to
you.
still think about and chew on.
Mm.
But we are continuing today. And by the way, let me shock you. For those of us that are joining, he's not expecting this, but I'm doing this. He's having a book launch coming up on the 15th. And I will
Wow.
show it again towards the end. And trust me to be on my status as well. You
Wow.
need
This
to
is good.
be part of this. A virtual book launch on the 15th Friday by 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. So take note of it, screenshot it, and let's all be there together on
Wow.
Friday. So
A
over
good
to
one.
you.
A good surprise. This is a good surprise. Wow.
So over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for that. The book launch is actually it's a virtual book launch. It's my ebook, Maximize Your Productive Years. You will not want to miss it at all. Is for me, I believe it's just textbook for life, for
Hmm.
productive life. Okay, so thank you once again, Oluwami for this invitation to this great platform. Um, Last week, like I said, laid the foundation, and I there's no way I would be able to take you through the whole thing when it comes to this discussion that we are having. But like I promised last week that you can have a book, have the book, thriving in economic crisis. So I'm sure Yomi will post the link on the screen. You can get it. There's so much there that you can get. However, let's look today. We just want to be more practical today. Um, I want to pick the aspect which I believe that you need now, which is the active engagement. Active engagement. Now, let me just say a little. Let me just say a little about verbal, the verbal endorsement. That
Yeah.
please don't say, no matter how terrible the situation is, don't say the negative to yourself. People
Mm.
who are thriving in this season don't say the negative. They don't say to themselves, "There's no money." The point is that, see, but the abundance of your thoughts now determine the abundance of your words, and
Mm.
you have what you say. It's as simple as that. You have what to say. So when you say to yourself, "There's no money," now as you are saying it, you are driving money away from you. There are no opportunities. You are driving opportunities away from you. So that is very important. You have to watch your words. Because a man's belly shall be filled with the abundance of his lips. So that's very important. Secondly, that I will just drop is the spiritual alignment. Now, there is no say there is no challenge in life that God does not have a solution to. There's no challenge in life that God does not have a solution to. Divine direction is crucial. That was what Isaac enjoyed in Genesis 26. It was a time of crisis. It was a time of famine, but he enjoyed divine direction. God saying, "Go to this place, stay in this place," and that was it. So I just want to lay those two foundations so that so you don't miss out. Now we are talking about practical things. Those are practical things you have to do. That saying to yourself, that there is abundance in this house. Opportunities are coming to me. People are calling me. They need my skills. They need my gifts. They need my talents. You need to keep saying that to yourself again and again and again, even if you don't see it. Keep saying it. See, let me say it this way. Now, don't say what you see if what you see is not what you want to see.
Mm.
Don't say what you see if what you see is not what you want to keep seeing. You don't want to keep seeing it, so don't say it. However, say what you want to see, even if you are not seeing it yet. Say what you want to see, even if you are not seeing it yet, so that you can see it. So that you can see it. Very important. Very important. Very important. Now, so that's what I want to just say quickly about that. Then the spiritual alignment, please. Now, always ask God, what would you want me to do? Divine direction. Now, it doesn't matter how terrible it is, even in the midst of the desert, God can still make a way for you. Now, so let's now look at active engagement. What other practical things are we going to do apart from declaring, was saying the right things, and then from asking God for apart from asking God for direction? What other things am I supposed to do? Now, let me say this: that in any economy, now, four things happen in three ways. Four things happen in three ways. Number one, people and organizations. Because this situation affects everybody, whether it's both. It affects us personally, and it also affects us organizationally. So now, and in every economy, four things happen in three ways. Number one, people and organizations want to make more money. People and organizations want to make more money, the economic situation, their condition notwithstanding. Number two, people and organizations want to save more money, or should want to save more money, want to make more money, should want to save more money. Number three, people and organizations should want to spend less money. So make more money, save more money, spend less money. And then number four, that for organizations, they want to increase their market share. So the question this morning, therefore, is number one: how do I make more money, even though things are like this? Don't forget, some people are thriving. They are in the existing, like I said to you last week, they are in the thriving category of the existing group. The thriving category of the existing group. Now, how are they making it? So we are going to ask yourself, how am I going to make more money in this situation? How am I going to make more money in this condition? See, now look this. In times of crisis, money does not go on. Money does not go out of circulation. In times of crisis, money does not go out of circulation. It only goes on relocation. It goes on relocation. So it relocates from this point to that point, from this person to that person. So your responsibility, my responsibility, is positioning. That is, So I have to position myself. You have to position yourself, position your organization, position your family, position yourself now, not where money is relocating from, but where money is relocating to.
Mm.
Position is positioning. Position yourself not where money is relocating from, but where money is relocating to. So, question then is, where is money relocating from and relocating to? Let me give you three. Let me give you three.
Mm.
Number one, money is relocating from consumers to producers. From consumers to producers. Number two, money is relocating from buyers to sellers. From buyers to sellers. Number three, now this third one is interesting. Uh, Money is relocating, note this, from leveragers. I call them leveragers. You can put that, in inverted commas. From leveragers to skillful people. From leveragers
Mm.
to skillful. So let me just quickly explain that. Why do I say that? See, every businessman is leveraging on skillful people so that they can save time, they can save energy, they can save money, they can save time, they can save energy, they can save money. The reason is because, see, why do you lose? So why do you use the leverage? Now, sorry, why do you use the lever, to change your tire if your car is bad? Now,
Yeah.
is it that you cannot lift the car with your hand if you are strong enough? Well, maybe, maybe get some more people to help you lift it. But the point is that you cannot lift it for so long,
True.
and to lift it takes time, takes energy, takes effort. However, you just bring a jack, and with that hydraulic jack, you just in few minutes the car is there. If you want it to be there for the whole day, it will be there. Now your strength cannot do that. Now, no matter how strong you are, you cannot do that. So the same thing. So what now? So what the lever does for you is what skillful people do for leveragers, for business people. So what they now do is that see, the point is, if you cannot pay for it, then you have to learn it. So
Mm.
what you cannot pay for, you have to learn. If you cannot pay for a driver, then you have to learn driving. However, see, now having a driver is leverage. How? Because when the driver is driving, you will be sitting in the car with him doing other things, saving time, saving effort, saving money. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. So that's that. Let me just leave that there. So the point now is, money relocates from consumers to producers, from buyers to sellers, from leveragers to skillful people. So the first thing, therefore, is, in order in this season and in any season at all to make more money, number one, be a producer of products or services. Be a
Mm.
producer of products or services. So let me now say this. In times of plenty, people buy once. But in
Mm.
times of crisis, people buy needs.
True.
In times of plenty, people buy wants. Now, what you want is now most times is not what you need. For example, I don't want to mention any brand, but you want a fizzy drink
Mm-hmm.
full of sugar, but you need water. Now, when you have money to splash, you buy what you want.
Mm.
But when you don't have
Mm.
money to spray around, you buy what you need. So in this time that we're in, what you need to do is, what do people need? What product do they need? What service would they need? For example, now In this time, as the times are now, if you have a service that teaches people how to make money, you make money. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So question is, what do people need? So I want to be a, so you want to move from being a consumer to a producer. Let me say this: everybody is a consumer. Everybody's a consumer.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
now everybody's a consumer. All of us consume something. At this point now, you have consumed something. So all of us. However, now even though all of us consume something, but some people are net producers, but most people are net consumers. So, and that's the challenge. So now I don't want to be a net consumer. I want to be a net producer, because net consumers, they will find themselves in the exiting group of people. They find themselves exiting group of people. So I don't want to be a net consumer. I don't want you to be a net consumer. I want to be a net producer. So number one thing you have to be thinking of is, what can I produce? What product can I produce? What service can I produce? Now, I can't think that for you, but you have to think that for yourself. All right. So you have to now begin to ask yourself, if you're a Christian, for example, or whatever religion you belong to, you have to begin to pray. What is it? And then let me say this. The point is, now, to even answer that question, ask yourself, what do you need at this time? Say, if you need it, that is an indication that somebody else also needs it. It's as simple as that. And if you cannot find that, then ask, research, just ask. So that's number one thing. Then number two thing is, so I said so you have to be asking yourself, so what am I going to produce? What am I going to what product or service? What is it that people need? Necessities are the things that are. Number two thing, in order to make money, is, if you cannot be a producer, then be a seller. Be a seller. That is, position yourself in the supply chain. Because when you're in the supply chain, if you can't produce it, then you can help the producer to sell it. It's as simple as that. And people who are sellers today, some people are in affiliate marketing, they are simply selling. They just put themselves in affiliate marketers. They just put themselves in the supply chain. They help the producers to sell what they have produced to people who need it. It's as simple as that. And then you can sit down in your house and be making the money right in your house without moving. And they're asking you, what are you doing? You're not duping people. You are simply applying principles. Number three, sharpen your skill or get a new one that is needed. Sharpen the skill that you have now. See, the point is that the more competent you are, the more needed you be. The more competent you are, the more needed you be. And if you are not needed, you will be a needy. So it's very important. You have to be needed. So sharpen your skill, the one you have now, or get a new one that is needed. That is needed in times of crisis. Let me say this. If your skill is not a transferable skill, or should I say, if it's not an all seasons skill, then it becomes a cyclical skill. A cyclical skill is a skill that is obsolete, especially during in this kind of season. So that means that once that if it cannot be if it's not transferable from one season to the next season, from one season to the next season, what will happen is that it becomes obsolete, and then of course there will be problems. So what I'm saying therefore is, either sharpen your skill or get a new one. If now get a new one that is needed in times of crisis. And sir, because skillful people are always in demand, the season notwithstanding. The season notwithstanding. So, and of course, you can research as much as possible, about that. So, what skills can I learn about now? If you can't even ask ChatGPT now. Ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT. It will tell you. It will tell you that, hey, go learn this skill, go learn that skill, go learn this skill. This is what you need now. So go and learn it. And it doesn't take you time to learn anyway. And you can ask yourself, okay, the one I have now, how can I maximize it? If that's why this one you have now, well, it's for the old school, so you better drop it, because it's not about certificates, it's about certification. So drop it and then move on to something else. So, and that takes me now, move on something, and that takes me to the next point. But number 4, pivot or reinvent yourself. Either pivot and or reinvent yourself. See, adaptation. Adaptation is the key to survival. Adaptation is the key to survival. Don't be rigid. Rigidity is the path to extinction when it comes to things. Adaptation is the key to survival. Rigidity is the path to extinction. And that pivoting and reinventing, they require flexibility and humility. Let me give you an example of pivoting. Now, SBC, that's 7-Up Bottling Company.
Yeah.
We all know them for fizzy drink and all that.
Yeah.
Now, but you discover that during COVID, SBC pivoted, and they were giving us Too Short.
Yeah.
They,
Sanitizer.
without changing their production line. That's pivoting.
Yeah.
That's pivoting. See, you know what I mean? I'm saying by that. There are some things you can do in addition to what you are doing now. You don't have to stop what you are doing, yet you can be doing that one. That's pivoting. That is what else can pivoting is simply what else can I do in addition to what I'm doing? Don't let there is something you can do. Don't let it die inside of you. Don't belittle what you think is little. Otherwise, you remain little. Don't belittle it. It's there. Just do something with it. Just do something with it. Just do something with it. All right. So that's the same thing. Now and then, okay. You're talking about reinventing yourself. Look at the biblical example of Noah. Noah, was a carpenter, because if he was a carpenter, God would not have told him to build an ark. So he was a carpenter. But look at this guy. Look at Noah. We're told in Genesis chapter 9 verse 20. Genesis 9:20. It says, and Noah began to be a husbandman. He began to be a husbandman. He began to be. Now, that was a professional carpenter. That was a professional carpenter. But he began to be a husband. So now he began to be a farmer. Meaning that, hey, he humbled himself and started to learn something totally new. Put another way, he reinvented himself. He reinvented himself. See, friends, there are things that you and I are doing now which are obsolete. You have to reinvent yourself. You'll be surprised, even me that I'm talking to you now, I have reinvented myself. I'm doing something that, of course, I've both pivoted and reinvented. I'm doing something now that I have never done before. Like I have to sit down in class and learn. It's as simple as that. My wife also reinvented. Of course, my wife sells perfumes. And home fragrances. But now she has reinvented and doing something else. Now, the other business is going on, but she has reinvented. Now she's into cleaning and pest control.
Yeah.
Why? Because see, it's important for that. See, the thing is now, it is only those who cannot think that will stink. So it's important to sit down and begin to think what else. See, the point is, friends, now even God tells you, come, let us think together. That's why let's reason together. Say, come, let's think together. The point is that now if you can think it, then you can take it. If you can think it, then you can take it. So because God, now, see, the God we serve operates in the realm of our thoughts. He said, my ways are not your ways, because your thoughts are not my thoughts. So now, until you begin to think in the frequency of God, you will not be able to operate in the level of God. Very important. Thinking in the frequency of God will help you to begin to operate, in the class of God. He said, "Oh God, how great are your works?" He said, "Because your thoughts are very deep." So deep thinking makes for great result. Very important. And then, of course, the second part finally, because I know time. Now, the second part is spend less money to save more money. In this season, spend less to save more. Spend less to save more. How do I do that? Number one, cut costs. Cut costs. Cut them. Cut the excessive spending. Cut the sentimental spending. Cut the impulse spending. Cut them. Cut them. Cut them. There are things that you can't afford, or there are things that you can afford but you can avoid. So if you can afford it, you can also afford to avoid it. So the point is that now you ask yourself, do I need this thing now? What is going to add to me now? What benefit is going to see? The point is that if it don't add any value to you, then you don't need it now. So there are some things that you should be left till later. Have you not read? For those of you who are Christians, have you not read? He said, he said, he said, prepare your work outside. Make it fit for yourself in the field. He said, afterwards, build your house. Meaning that, hey, build your business first. Build your income streams first. He said, after that is settled, then you can now sit down and build your house. Meaning, you can now sit down and think of, okay, how do I even spend this money that's going to come in? It's as simple as that. So cut costs. Cut costs. And number two, which is where I'm going to stop, is run strict budgets. Run strict budgets and discipline yourself to keep it. Run strict budgets and discipline yourself to keep it. One thing that we do in my home is we say to ourselves, if this item is not in the list, or it's not on the list, then it is the least of our concerns.
Hmm.
If it is not on the list of the budget, then it is the least of our concerns at that time. Very important. I don't want to stop here. You can get the other information when you get the book. Thank you.
Wow. I just kept writing and writing, and wow, so much time has gone. Thank you so much, CSO. I really do appreciate all of this. But let me ask you one question. And
Yes.
I was okay. There's a script. Let me just ask this: how does one deal with take home that does not take one home?
Okay. The point is, um, how do you deal with take home that doesn't take you home? Before you say that the take home does not take you home, you need to sit down and ask yourself, what am I spending money on? What am I spending money on? The point is, we want to keep living the same lifestyle when the life state has changed.
Hmm.
Want to keep living the same lifestyle when the life state has changed. That is the challenge. That's why, you see, the thing is that everybody has to adjust. You have to adjust. Adaptation is the key to survival. You have to adjust. You have to keep adjusting. Okay, so now that this is happening now, I have to adjust. I have to adjust. For example, some companies now, now because of the rising cost of things. Okay, now instead of coming to the office from Monday to Friday, so you know what? Come to the office twice a week. So for me, I believe that, yeah, there's some extreme cases. There's some extreme cases. Now, in such, so in such instance, maybe you think of, okay, so who can assist me for now? But then again, also, you want to just ask yourself, what else can I do? If the take home doesn't take me up, what else can I do? That's what we're talking about pivoting. What else can I do? That's what we're talking about, reinventing yourself. What else can I do? So the point now is, now the things I can do, okay, so I'm asking myself, now, this pivoting thing that I'm going to do, okay, it will take me 1-2 months, to pivot, or 1-2 months or 3 months to reinvent. All right. So within that time, now, who can assist me, to stay balanced? And so when I get that, and then by the time I pivot, I go to tell that person, thank you so much. If it's a loan you took, then you return it. If it's not, if it's an assistance, you go back and say thank you, and this is what I'm doing now, and then this is the result. That's as simple. Well, for me, that's what I think. That's what I think.
I totally agree with you. I mean, think of what you can do. If it's transport, is there anybody working around you that you could hitch a ride with?
Yeah.
If you can't fuel your car, can you leave your car and go by public transport?
Yeah.
It's really an issue of adapting. Truth is this: no employer can pay you your worth.
Yeah.
And that's why you really need to pivot at this time and adapt. One of the things that we've had, I was talking to somebody, let me just chip this in. And she was saying, somebody's getting married. Will I not buy the Ashwebi? And I said, why should you buy it? You can't afford it. So cut it off. I was like, how will I look? And I'm wondering, you're not going to go naked. Go to wear what you have and go. You cannot afford it at this time. So just live with it. And I said to the person, I said, as a principal, I have never bought Ashwebi. It's never been a part of me. I said, so you don't have to. And he was looking at me, I was like, I wish I could. I said, adapt. Things have changed. You no longer can afford that lifestyle. So change. Thank you so much, CSO. I mean, all of these things you have said, the truth of the matter is this: it's something that we almost learn to do. Now, the question I was going to ask you is this, and the issue of budgeting. A lot of people have issues on budgeting.
Okay.
And it's really a case of, okay, I've gone to the market today and think something is $4, $5. I go tomorrow, it's $8, it's $9. My budget is already thrown off by reason of inflation. How do I deal with it?
Okay. Interesting. Last month, my wife bought a carton of fish for X amount. So, no, 2 months ago for X amount. So the next month, we discovered that the carton of fish had increased. So I said to her, okay, if that's the case, then reduce the quantity that you buy. That's reduce quantity. Reduce quantity. So because that's what, so reduce quantity. And then the second thing is, okay, so if we're eating fish every day before, now we eat it maybe every other day. So the point is that now the point is no season lasts forever. No season lasts forever. None. So it's for a while. And the point is that I have to have that in my mentality. Otherwise, see, the point is that that times that we treat temporary situations as if they're permanent situations.
Permanent.
And so what we now do is that we take permanent decisions, in temporary situations. So the point is that this is how it is now. But before you know it, now now as you sit down, begin to think, new ideas will come, and before you know it, you can afford to even buy 2 cartons of fish in spite of the price. So what I say now, what I will say is that if the price increases, then number two, apart from that, there are alternatives. So I ask myself, what is the other alternative? If this has increased to $8, okay, so what is the other alternative? There could be a cheaper alternative. So the point is that, okay, so if there's an alternative, let me take the alternative. So if I take skimmed milk, and skimmed milk is very expensive, okay, for now, what do I do? Do I do without, or do I look for something cheaper? If I take this brand, and then this brand is more expensive. So do I look for another brand that is cheaper? It is just for a little while. No situation in life is permanent.
Wow. No situation in life is permanent.
No.
Indeed, it's for a little while.
Yeah.
Wow. So much to chew. I mean, I dare say to everyone, please just sit back and listen to this again and again. And once again, I need to invite everybody to this. It's happening on Friday and it's virtual book launch. It has added so much value. So imagine what you would be getting on Friday as it launches the book, Maximize Your Productive Years. And it's for everybody. Even if you have only 5 more years to productivity,
Yeah.
you never can tell. Come in and learn how to maximize those years, and I'm sure it will add a lot of value to you. Thank you so much, CSO, for being on this call. Thank you for adding so much value. And like
Thank
somebody
you.
already said, and which is what I always will say, the reward for good work is more work. And somebody is already saying, plan a comeback. So I'm looking for a said, thank you so much. We are looking forward to your coming back. So
Thank
yes,
you.
you will be back soon. Thank you so much for your time. I don't take it
Thank you
for
so much.
granted.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so
Amen.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, wow, wow. It's so much learning from CSO this morning. Wow. I mean, I kept writing. I think I have about 4 or 5 sheets full already writing. But I want to appeal to everybody. Don't just take notes. Don't just say it was awesome. Don't just say, oh, that was lovely. Do something with it. Let's work on the things we have learned. Let's put it to work. Let's practicalize it. And like I will always say, and he just alluded to it again, if you can think it, you can be it and you can have it. And like he said, if you can think it, you can take it. And yes, you can. I encourage everybody, go to the YouTube page, please like it, share with somebody, pass your comments, and let me also have your feedback. And as I come your way next week in another edition of Knocks to Nuggets, remember, together we win. Thank you so much for being on this call. I so appreciate you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the week. And bye for now.